John, thank you so much for being with us. Incredible bet. Only 3 legs, $25 to win almost 30 grand. You nailed Ben Griffin and Andrew Novak in the Zurich Classic, and then you have the Pacers and the Panthers both to win the East. How did you come up with this bet? I mean, this is a wild parlay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first off, thank you, for the invitation. Happy to join. So it all started actually the week before the Zurich Classic. It was the RBC Heritage. I was watching that tournament. I actually have another ticket with JT to win that one. And, he won it. And he was versing Novak, down to the end. They actually played a playoff series. So I saw him, just playing his game, and the commentators were actually talking about Novak, talking about how the week before he came in third place. This one, he's fallen a little short, coming in second. The guy never won. He's due. So, I took that and I said, maybe the next, run around, I got my eyes on this guy. So, come the following week, he's in the doubles tournament, Zurich. So I had my eyes on him, loving the Panthers, all the way. I actually went to the first 2 games that week versus the Lightning. I'm here in Tampa. Panthers were just looking extremely good. So, and in the same rate, the Pacers, they go up 2-0 against the Bucks. They're looking good. So the first day of the Zurich, that Thursday, I don't touch anything. I go to the Panthers game that night. Next morning, Novak and Griffin, they didn't have the best first day. So the next morning, I wake up before day 2 starts of the Zurich. I look at the odds. Their odds, have boosted. They're sitting at, plus 1,400 there. Then I look at, some other things. I love the Panthers. I was contemplating taking them to win the cup. Figured let me just throw them in the East, play a little safe. And then I was just looking for that other value. And, I'm looking at the NBA here. I see the Pacers plus 2,000 and win the East. And, they were looking good. So I plugged that in. I saw these odds right here. And that's what led me to place that bet that Friday morning.
Love it. Research paying off watching the golf. I love that.
Yeah.
What's the plan if you do win? Do you have any plans for the money? You're not sure yet?
Yeah. So, you don't want to spend your money before you get it. So they say. But I've been thinking about a few things, pay off a little bit of debt. I actually got a, new motorcycle end of 2023, bought a brand new Harley. So pay the rest of that off, have a little money to myself and, enjoy it.
That's awesome. I mean, did you ever think, I'm sure this probably isn't your first ever parlay placed. Did you ever think that you would be able to hit something this big?
Uh, you always think about it, but you never, think it's going to actually happen. And, after that weekend, Novak and Griffin, took it home. I was just like, up more in my seat, more focused. And it's just been looking good the whole way.
Do you have any superstitions? I mean, every night now you got a Pacers game and you got a Panthers game. Like, do you have anything that you do going in these
Not,
games?
honestly, no. Honestly, no. It was funny though, the night, I went to the Panthers game the other night in Sunrise. And after the game, Panthers go up 3-0. I send the little video to BR Betting. And then Panthers lose the next game. Pacers lose the next game. So it was just, it was a little funny, almost like I'm, mushing myself here.
Yeah, well,
But
hopefully one
after,
more for each. Hopefully we get that for you, no doubt.
exactly.
What do you think? What's going to be your first reaction? You going to call someone when it hits? Obviously, go crazy, pop a bottle of champagne. What's the plan?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just that, celebrate. I got a couple buddies that I'm talking through the whole way with, so I'll obviously call them first. Shout out Carney there. Um, but and then just soak it all in. That it actually hit.
Are you a Panthers fan?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm actually a Rangers fan.
Wow.
Yep.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
bittersweet, I guess, for you.
Yeah, it's tough, but again, the Panthers just look incredible. The whole way, and then especially after the trade deadline. You know, they get this guy Jones, Brad Marchand, so it's just they're good. You know.
Yep, they're firing all cylinders. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and we're cheering for you, no question. Good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite and thank you for that.